Hi folks, I'm outside in my garden today and I wanted to do a quick video for you on the lovely roses that I have bloomed. We had a really terrible winter and I didn't even know if this rose bush was going to survive. It's a climber, but it hasn't, or at least I thought it was, because it grew pretty fast and tall and tried to climb, or it looked like it was, about 2 years ago. And then over last winter I didn't think it would even survive because there were so many dead branches and all which had to be trimmed down in early spring, and now I have all these beautiful blooms. So I hope you see that, and it's a lovely hybrid rose, and I have lost the tag on it over the winter, so I think I might have accidentally cut off one of the stems that had the tag on it. So now I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful, and I just wanted to show you that. So I'm out and about in my garden today and wanted to share this with you. This is another of my roses, and it's a smaller rose than the first one. Those were almost the size of my hand. Those are pretty big, but if I can show you here, these are very small, so they make for a very beautiful rose. But this time what I noticed was it's getting some sort of a stripe on the petals. I'm not sure what that comes from. Sorry for all the background noise. Beautiful. So my neighbors are out in the garden. Yeah, so yeah, I have it sitting, and the tulips are still around it. They have. I'm waiting for them to die back so that I can cut the tops off, and they haven't done that yet. So it's kind of looking messy at this point. Okay, and then there's this other rose here. So I have 3 roses that I kind of showcased in the front of the yard, front of my house. And this one here, now I've even forgotten the color of it. I think it's like a similar pink, maybe. It's quite noisy. Okay, so it's nice to have rose bushes, but they require a little bit of care and maintenance in order to keep them blooming and looking healthy. So the first thing that most people want to know is, how would I get more blooms? And it's a very simple thing. It is to deadhead the rose bush, and this one is a fairly young bush, like I showed you. But there are, so all the flowers that I had that I showed you, that was about a week ago that I took that. Now they've fallen off. We've had some rain and it's fallen off, and they've left, this is what's left there. So if I don't cut these off, what will happen is they will develop into rose hips, or little fruits actually that look like crab apples, and in which will be the seeds once it matures. And the seeds can be planted and you will get rose bushes out of them, or rose plants I should say. But what will happen is this bush will start to spend all the energy in producing those rose hips that it will not produce as many blooms. So in order for it to sort of trick it into producing more blooms, you want to cut off these or deadhead these rose buds, or rose where the petals were and it's fallen off now. And the way to do that, the right way to do it, is to go down to where the first set of 5 leaves are, and that would be here. Now if I went down that far, it might seem like I'm losing a lot of my rose bush, but it's actually cleaning it up. So that's what I'm going to do. So just go down, make sure you're using a sharp pair of cutters, and they're cleaned and sterilized in between plants, so as not to transfer any kind of disease from one plant to another, especially in the outdoors. Okay, so all you want to do is go in there and cut it at a diagonal and make a nice clean cut, and that way that's what you're left with, and this can go into the compost. And same thing here, there's another one here that I'll show you. Now this one, it's too far down to go down to the first 5 leaves, so I'm gonna just dead it right here. And if you can see, I'm cutting it at a diagonal, quick clean cut. That wasn't too clean. It wasn't too sharp. Okay, I think my cutters need a sharpening. Okay, and then there's one more here. Now this one, if I went down to the 5 leaves, I would lose this bud that's right there, so definitely have to cut this one here. So again, nice clean cut. Try to keep that in frame while I do it. Okay, and one last one here. I can go down. This is the first of set of 5 leaves, and right above that I will make my diagonal cut like so. There. Okay, now this beautiful bloom, it looks like it's the only lonely bloom there, but it's almost done really. So I'm going to cut it out, just making sure, if I look carefully, there's a bud right beside it. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to snip it right there in order to give the plant more energy in producing more rose buds. So that's one thing to do, and that's deadheading rose bushes. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.